I wanted to, if everyone who was listening live last week, all 350 of you that were listening live, when the episode abruptly cut out in the middle of Joe Never's call, talking about, some of the PvP editions, we had a complete building power outage, which is a very rare occurrence here, believe me. And boy, that really, it just bothered me. We
could not get you to calm down.
No,
You were visibly upset. For a long time.
I was on tilt for the rest of the night.
You were.
I was.
And it was really unfortunate because me and Kyle had to deal with him the rest of the night as well.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, so we did, we sat around in the dark for a little bit. We made our Patreon.
We made out a little bit.
Yeah, just a little. we made our Patreon video, and by the way, that you can find that over at youtube.com/limitbreakradio. And then we all took off, and we went and had dinner and interviewed a brand new intern for the program. And so I thought that we should probably introduce him since he's been lurking in the corner here for a while.
Yeah, what a creeper.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the guy we hired?
Yes, it is.
I was wondering if you just had someone living here now, and I'm like,
no.
Hired is a strong word for it.
Yes. Indentured servitude is a little bit more accurate. Yeah.
We're going with enslaved.
Look, I didn't want to go that far. Okay, that's
press ganged, conscripted.
Yeah, he's a house intern. Anyway, so sorry, that was bad. That was so bad. Anyway, so we'd like to introduce our brand new intern for Limit Break Radio and for Final Encounter Cast, Poppa Woody. Poppa, yeah, okay, we're gonna give you a mic for now.
Okay. This will not be a regular occurrence.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy it. It's rare. Kahlo's not here, so you actually get the space.
If you have difficulty adjusting to not having a microphone, ask Juxta about it. He knows how to deal with it.
Yeah,
just talk louder.
So this is actually got to be kind of an interesting feeling for a lot of the LB Army because they know you quite well from the chat. You hang out in our Twitch chat quite a bit.
I'm a lurker too.
You've been a fan of the program for a long time, or one of our earliest Patreon supporters, and now here you are on the other side of the microphone, getting to get hands on with the show. This has got to be. I mean, it's got to be. I'm curious, what the chat has to say. But how is it for you?
It's pretty interesting, actually. Yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah, so far, yeah.
Right on.
You've gotten to witness now the circus act that is a prep week for Limit Break Radio.
That's right.
What is your because I don't most of the chat doesn't understand what a prep week looks like for us.
Yeah,
and I use prep week in the loosest possible terms.
Yeah, we know that you're new here, but go ahead and just critique our workflow. We're interested to hear.
It was quite a different experience, I'll say that for sure.
Oh, yeah?
First, I have to say that Escalia would have known who I was if he even actually showed up to the interview.
Yeah.
He's calling you out.
Okay.
Still a little salty.
Yeah, you just didn't show.
Well, that's a fair point, and I think we should address episode 49 or the nightmare that was, because my thought was I'll go home and stream to make up for the show getting cut short.
Yeah.
Well, my internet goes out.
Well, that's what you told us.
That's what I told everybody.
How convenient for the internet.
Yeah, well, yeah, because we get back here and we're like, well, where's the stream? No one's streaming. What the fuck is this?
Right. So my internet went out after 30 minutes of it lagging in Void Arc, and in addition to that, we had a monitor explode. Effectively,
we did have a monitor.
We had the Patreon video fail on upload.
That's right. It was how much? It only uploaded 20 minutes, man.
About 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes.
I mean, it was only a 33-minute episode.
Again?
Yeah, well, it's fixed now. But I'm just saying, did anything with that episode go right?
No, that was a clusterfuck.
Can we ignore that episode ever existed? There was no episode 49.
That was a good episode, though.
It was a good episode.
It was otherwise a good episode, yeah. But it
was a tainted episode.
Yeah.
It was as good as it could have been with a Scalia present.
All things considered, it was as good as we could make out. So, but anyway, welcome, Poppa, to the cast.
Thank you.
We're happy to have you here. I can't help but notice you're a little quiet. That may not work in your favor when you don't have a microphone. Just saying.
This
He will learn
donation
quickly.
is dedicated to Escalia having a superb conversation of filth with me yesterday evening. Hashtag
I did.
Poppa
The
Woody
very
from
my
the
very first
LBR
thing upon
line.
getting back to Sargatanas was like a filthy ass conversation in Link Shell chat with Thor and Ryuichi and Skiro and all them, and it's just like, wow, apparently this is what I've been missing.
Why do you keep calling him Skiro?
Or Skiro.
Yeah,
You
like-
pronounce it weird.
Yeah, what's
Maybe you guys
Skiro?
pronounce it weird.
It's Skuro.
It's Skiro.
Okay.
We've got-
Always been
Episode
Skuro.
49 was already tainted by the band 1. Add that to the list.
Yeah,
3.
well,
Fair enough.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Thank you guys so much for the generous support. We really do appreciate it. I like how the donations have kind of like turned into like it's almost
A
like
sub-host.
well, it's yeah, a little bit. It is its own like character on the show now, but it's almost like for those that don't like want to call in or don't have a message long enough. You know how like sometimes there's like text lines for certain like chat shows, like talk show. It's like
Oh yeah,
it's
like a
sort of
little-
like that. It's a little bit, but it reads itself. I
Yeah.
like that. I like how
Once again, we've taken radio and made it lazier.
yes, exactly. But yeah. So anyway, Poppa Woody. All right. So let's let the listeners get to know you a little bit. Because I mean, obviously, you know, Twitch chatters, the people in the community know you quite well. But you know, for the average podcast listeners, the people, you know, the 15 or 15,000 so that don't come to the Twitch channel. Why don't you introduce yourself to them?
Well, I'm Poppa Woody. I've been playing since 1.0, the release. That was, I believe, Travia was Hyperion back then. Let's see. I main class as a warrior right now. I'm thinking about switching to a white mage. I almost have that to 60.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
I mained as a white mage all through 1.0 and most of the way through 2.0, and then switched to warrior. Liked it a lot more.
Right on. Right on.
Let's see. I wasn't a marmot killer like Juxta in 1.0. I actually played endgame.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Marmot killing was the end game of 1.0.
Yeah,
True story.
You
Yeah.
weren't playing the right game. Then.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And so you were doing Hamlet defense.
Yes,
and,
I was doing Hamlet.
and you
I did
killed
White
Nail.
Raven.
Yeah,
Yep.
there you go.
Did you kill Garuda in 1.0?
No, that was
was
That's
that
the
was
one
brutal.
I've never managed to kill.
that was definitely a brutal fight.
Yeah, that was very brutal.
Yes, it was.
I'm not too much into endgame anymore. I don't really have an option to do that right now.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I love.
Well,
the
you're
game.
on Hyperion. That
Right,
doesn't
right.
help things. So
Right.
All right, man. Well, cool. We're happy to have you as part of the cast. That is the last piece of positive reinforcement that you will receive from me.
Yeah.
The rest will be complete and abject abuse.
Pop, I wanted to mention, you listen to the show and you've heard what I take every week on here, and you decided to apply for this position?
Yeah, I don't. It's
I
definitely
question
not going to be
logic.
better than yeah.
I like a beating once in a while. You know.
Well, how about once a week?
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. As long as you're up for the task.
There you go.
I've got a great number for a therapist if you ever need it.
Poppa Woody, thanks very much for joining us and for helping us out producing the show. And
Got about 1,000 memories of your dumb little ass, and about 6 of them are pleasant.
so that's that's what we remember of you from the last year. So
Accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.